So, Assalamualaikum everyone. So, by the way, I am Rahman Sudais. So, today I will be discussing about the non-materials and material culture under the group 6, which is the issues in the Philippines popular culture. So, we are the last reporter. We are, yes. So before I start for my discussions I would like to give a brief introductions about this topic. So this topic kasi is a shared belief or values and practices of a group that manifest into primary forms, which is yung ngayon sinasabi ko, the materials and also the non-material culture. So a material culture kasi is a tangible objects na mga bagay na nakikita natin or naahawakan or interact with the reflects in society values or belief and practices. So, mga example naman nito is, kumbaga is, yung mga bahay kubo. Ganyan. So, in a non-material culture naman po is conversely comprises intangible aspects such as belief or values, norms, or languages and symbols. So, yung mga belief, yung mga paniniwala natin, na nagagaling sa ating mga ancestors. So kung di lang dito ron adi ka pa kay suka panel cutter igagagawi di ba kasi napamalian, which is hindi natin alam, maybe no, it's a sure kasi. So both are intertwined and essential for understanding the society identity and functioning. So it's not only the Philippines. So what are the differentiate about this one topic, the material and non-material cultures? So the Philippine context in the Philippines is the distinctions between the material and non-material culture is very vividly illustrated, no? So material cultures including the iconic objects such as the Barong Tagalog, which is ito yung sinusuot ng mga kalalakihan when having a formal events. For example is yung mga, di ba yung mga presidente pag nagpo-proclaim sila, kailangan nilang magsuot ng Barong Tagalog kasi need yun. Formal attire na nagsisimbolize that elegance and nationality identity. So another example is yung bahay kubo, which is traditional Filipino house, no? Pero dito sa atin kasi is yung sinasabi nilang ano yung tawag doon? Wait lang, I forgot that one. Ano nga yun? So in the Maranao kasi, or the mostly in the Maranao is yung lamin na sinasabi nila, which is andun yung bae dati before. From now is sa Tugaya lang nakikita yung mga ganun. Maybe andun pa siguro yung lamin na ganun, which is nagre-reflect yun ng resourcefulness and adaptation to tropical climate. And then the brightly decorated jeepney naman, which is, yes, nakikita pa rin natin yung mga ganito, showcasing an ingenuity and resilience. So these objects are not just a functional, okay? So they carry also the cultural meaning and represent aspect of Filipino identity or religious artifacts such as the Santo Niño. Ito yung statue na bata ng mga paniniwala ng mga Katoliko. They are doing yun nga yung paniniwala nila, mga Catholic faith, which is these are the significant components of material culture also. Marami pa yung mga not only the Santo Niño, yung mga Jesus nila, di ba? Mayroon sila mga statue na ganon. At saka, di ba, mayroon din naman sa ibang lugar, country, sa Thailand, ganyan. Kapong kap, charot. So, the traditional crafts like as weaving or pottery also, which is mga material culture din yan, yung paggagawa ng mga kwan, um, um, mga flower base, ganyan. Yun nga yung mga flower base, which is, these are landscapes showcasing the artistic skills and cultural heritage of as a Filipino. Marami yan, no? Mga pottery. So, in the non-material culture naman, it is the Philippines equally rich and complex values like pakikisama, yun nga yung which is gathering along, no? Ugali na natin kasi yung mga ganito as a Filipino talaga is mahilig tayo makisalamuha. Not all Filipinos, some people, utang na loob or gift of gratitude. Yes. Until now, yung mga Filipino is may mga ganito yung mga utang na loob. For example is, 'di ba? For example, katulad ko is, my brother, yung mga kuya-kuya at saka ate ko is sila yung nagpapara sa akin, which is nagiging utang na loob na din yun. No, I'm thankful. Kasi andyan sila. So, shame, or iya. Shy type kumbaga. So, this shift is a social interactions and relationships. So, also the concept of bayanihan, community and cooperation is a powerful examples of non-material culture values. So, reflected in various community practices, religious beliefs, and also primarily Catholicism, but also including the indigenous faith and Islam also. So, profoundly influence the social norms and daily life, the Filipino language, ganyan, with its diverse dialect and represent the significant aspect in non-material culture, conveying culture identity and facilitating the communication. So, that's are the material culture. Yun nga, yun yung material cultures, that intangible aspects such as belief, yung values, norms, and language, yan sila. So, when considering the non-material culture, is a sociologist refers to several processes that a culture uses to shape its members' thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. For the most important of these are symbols, languages, and also the values and norms. Yan nga, yung non-material cultures, which is symbolize the language, values, and norms. So, a material culture is encompasses the physical objects and spaces shaping the culture, ranging from homes and workplace to tools and products. So these are the tangible elements, behavior, and perceptions of technological proficiency. Mga example na lamang nito is a crucial in modern American society, conflicting with survival skills emphasized in the culture like Yanomamo. And non-material culture naman is it consists of intangible aspect like beliefs, values, rules, institutions. Religion, for instance, is also non-material concept whose belief dictate cultural responses to religious matters. So that's only the material and non-material culture. I hope you understand. Thank you so much.